Well, Mount Healthy, the way the Braves offense has been playing, they got to take advantage of that tonight, and if they do, they will win this game. And for the Braves, you know, you can't turn the ball over in this game. You know, that's going to be the key to them tonight. Don't turn the ball over. Hold on to the football. Throw it to the right receiver. You know, just time your throws right. And if Adam Crank and that offense can do that, they will win this game tonight.
Let's talk to Talawanda now.
For the exception of the Eaton loss, they've allowed 30-plus points. I mean, that's not good for J.D. Vonderheide and his squad. You know, this is not the Braves defense that we expected this year. We expected the Braves, when you face a new team, you know, coming off 2 road games against 2 good teams in Harrison and Little Miami. And, you know, it's going to take a lot for the Braves to win tonight. But like I said, don't turn the ball over. Keep the ball on your hands. And just overall, just hold on to the football. Don't fumble it. Don't throw it to the wrong guys. And if you can do that while keeping Mount Healthy's offense in check, they will win this game tonight.
Yep. Braves have been outscored by their opponents 224-40 so far this year. So we're ready to go. It's the homecoming game at Talawanda. That victory bell behind us. The Braves want to ring it. We'll be back with the start of the game on ICRC.
Airs it out, and it is intercepted again.
He's up off the nose. He's got it in wide open down the left sideline. Fernandez, he gets the edge. He stiff arms a couple of tacklers. Look at this. What a hit. That is a great play. He's got a receiver. He's got it deep. Oh, what an interception.
Alrighty, we welcome you to Talawanda High School in Oxford. Patrick Esch alongside Ben Eisenbraun. Missed the kickoff there was Tyler Engelhardt for Talawanda, who picked it up and took it out to the 20-yard line. So that is where the Talawanda Braves will begin their first drive of the game. That's where we'll get our first look at the quarterback, number 2, Adam Crank, Ben, who had a season high in passing yards last week with 211 in the loss to Harrison.
Yes, he did. He did very well last week in that game at Harrison. And you know, can he bring that in here tonight? Can he produce well for the offense to get the Braves to win? Well, let's find out.
Crank under center here. It's a flip out to Terrell Wills, the running back.
Look out,
receiver.
look out,
Wills
look out.
Free from a tackle and then gets tackled again. It's a first down for Talawanda. Nice tackle there by Mount Healthy, but the Braves get a first down on the first play.
There was a little flip pass there. Worked perfectly. Broke a few tackles, found a hole. Didn't go all the way, but he found a good hole. Get enough for the first down. Move right down the field.
Braves moving quickly here on first down. Ball on the 32. It's going to be a pass play. Crank with quick pressure throws to the near side, but that one incomplete. As it was intended for Tyler Engelhardt there for Talawanda. This will be 2nd and 10.
Little quick pass there from Crank. Just didn't work out that way. You know, it was a quick pass. Didn't really have a lot of time back there in the backfield, and that's why it was incomplete.
Talawanda coming off a 42-12 loss at Harrison last week. Mentioned that earlier. Mount Healthy a 41-6 loss at Campbell County, Kentucky last week. Here's Crank, comes back with a pass. That's incomplete as well. And a big hit after the play coming too. That was intended for Kyle Campbell. And the Braves face a third down here early.
That time he had a lot more back there in the backfield. This one still did not work out well for him though.
So with the clock stop, Braves will take their time here in between plays. And as we mentioned, Talawanda yet to win a game this year. They're 0-6, and they've been outscored by their opponents 224-40. As I mentioned there in the open, Crank with an empty backfield, many receivers. It's going to be a keeper for him, but he'll be tackled down about a yard gain there for Adam Crank, and that's going to set up a 4th down. Special teams come out for Talawanda.
Not a good drive to start the game. If you punt on the first drive, and like I mentioned pregame, this Mount Healthy offense, not only can they produce turnovers, they can get you off the field in a blink. So it's not a good drive for the Braves to start out this game.
Yeah, that series didn't even last a minute. Punt formation for Talawanda here. It's going to be a kick from Evan Keebler, the punter this year for the Braves. He's done a good job, one of the bright spots on this team. Mount Healthy picks this one up. It's Jamal Kelly, the famous running back.
Boy.
He's going to break free, and Jamal Kelly is gone into the end zone, but there is a flag on the field at about the 48-yard line. That would be Mount Healthy's 48-yard line, even though Jamal Kelly ran into the end zone, so we'll see the call punt return touchdown, possibly.
And this is coming back because of a penalty, probably. And it is, yep. And it's going to be a block in the back against the Owls.
So no touchdown for Mount Healthy. Don't quite know the player who committed that, but you can see the speed of Jamal Kelly in this running game for Mount Healthy. Jamal Kelly and Jamel Kelly, they're two brothers, number 1 and number 2 on this team, and they light up the ground game. They're also very good receivers, but you can see the speed that those two guys can throw out there on the field.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a great running, and this is what has sparked their offense for most of this year, has been the run game for the Owls. And the Braves, they haven't done that well against the run this year. You know, they have just not done well, and if you're going to stop a good running game, a good running team like the Owls, you got to step up, and it's going to be hard to do with a defense that the Braves have, a type of defense that the Braves have.
So instead of it being 6-0 Mount Healthy, ball's on the Owl 38. Interesting formation here, and they're going to fumble it on the first play. That one is picked up, and still going is the quarterback. That'll be Jerry's Montgomery, I believe, who was with the ball carrier on that one, and what could have been a fumble has turned into a first down for the Owls.
That was a near disaster for the Owls right there, fumbling the snap, but he did recover it, and he got a first down into Talawanda territory.
It was almost a near disaster for Talawanda, too. He was down to the final two guys on the defense there, as Mount Healthy lines up to the ball again. One receiver on the near side, and it's a triangle formation in the backfield for the Owls. Montgomery hands off to the ball carrier. That's Terrence Owensby, and he's going to be upended there with no gain by the Braves defense.
That was a nice defensive. That was a nice defensive play right there. A loss of 1.
Tyler Engelhardt with a tackle for Talawanda. So no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2 minutes here into this first quarter early on. Mount Healthy and Talawanda.
Looks like they're changing the play here, Patrick.
Yep. Owls wait for it on the sideline. Montgomery there is back about 5 yards from the line. He's got a man to his right. It's going to be another handoff, this time again to Terrence Owensby. Owensby able to stay on his feet in the pile and finally pushed back by Talawanda. Owensby will set up a 3rd down here and about 5 from Mount Healthy. So we talked about early on, Ben, how this team likes to go to the ground, and we've seen a lot of that so far tonight.
Oh, yep. We have not really we haven't seen a pass yet out of the Owls yet. So if you're them, keep it on the ground. And if you're the Braves, hope that they'll pass eventually.
3rd down and 5 for the Owls. Montgomery takes a snap. He's going to run this on the keeper. Braves trying to push him back. He gets up to the 35 as a helmet flies off there, but that's going to be enough for yardage on the ground to pick up another first down for Mount Healthy. The Owls charging down the field here.
That's been another problem for the Braves defense, is getting the opposing team off the field. They've given up a lot of first downs, especially on 3rd down, especially short too. Not really many of long, however.
Yep. So we 1st and 10 here on the 35. Brandon Lamier, their typical quarterback, is not in this game early for Mount Healthy. Instead, Juarius Montgomery is the guy they're throwing out there. The senior, here's a pass out to the near side. This is Jamal Kelly, who gets swallowed up there by the Braves defense. He gains about 2 on the play, so they'll set up a 2nd down and 8.
And as you mentioned, they're still running the ball. We have still not seen a pass yet. And, you know, they are just making the Braves pay for this right here. The Braves against the run, the Owls, one of the best ever, or not ever, but the best this year at running. They're making the Braves pay.
And Mount Healthy looking for an offensively explosive game. They only scored a touchdown, nothing else. Here's another handoff. This is Jamal Kelly again. He gets past the defense on the outside, finally tackled down there on the far end. And it's going to be another Mount Healthy first down.
Jeez, it's really hard to do that. Running back looks really good out there for Mount Healthy.
Enriquez made the tackle on the outside, sets up a first down from the 17. Montgomery lines up a man to his left. That's Owensby. 2 receivers left, 2 right. It's going to be a keeper for Montgomery. He gets through the line and down to the 10-yard line, maybe the 9. So a nice keeper there by Montgomery. We've seen him do that so far a lot tonight on this opening Mount Healthy series, and it's going to be a gain of 7 for a 2nd and 3.
Like I said, you know, the Braves have had trouble against the run. They're still having trouble against the run. If I'm the Braves, I need to find a way to get this defense to get good against the run here.
Owensby again to Montgomery's right, a similar formation. It's another keep, and this is going to be another run where Montgomery gains significant yardage down to the 5-yard line this time. And that's going to set up a 1st and goal for the Owls. So not a good start defensively for Talawanda, Ben.
Nope, not at all. Not a good start to the offense, going 3 and out. And not a good start on defense. Owls are already down to the goal line. Not good. Not good.
Owls are going to wait for the play.
You can also tell the Owls are just trying to milk the clock here. They've taken a lot of time up on this drive.
Montgomery with another keeper. Braves get onto him early. Breaks free from that tackle. Continues to push forward. He'll be brought down at the 5. Good defense there from the Braves. As originally right on him was Nathan Fox, the defensive lineman, 5'9", 185, the sophomore, able to stop them at the 5. No gain on the play.
Well, this is one of the best plays we've seen for the Braves defense tonight. They get the stop there, 2nd and 5. Be nice to just hold them to a field goal here at Talawanda.
Similar formation, Montgomery with Owensby to his right. It's going to be another keep. Montgomery there, stays on his feet. Brace Pyle gets onto him, and they're able to keep him out of the end zone. He gets a few yards on that. They're down to the 2-yard line now, but it'll be a critical 3rd and goal here for Mount Healthy.
And what the Braves need to do here, the 3rd and short, the 3rd and short problems that they've had this year, as we get a timeout here taken by, and Mount Healthy calls a timeout, but the 3rd and short problems that the Braves have had this year, they need to step up here and just force the Owls to a field goal. Maybe that'll spark something on the defense here for the Talawanda Braves.
Agree with that. As talking about these two teams coming in, it's really just not been the year for Mount Healthy, Ben, and even though they've won 2 conference games, this team typically is a powerhouse in Southwestern Ohio football, but 4 non-conference losses. They get 2 2014 wins in the conference at home. What do you think they need to do in this game to generate momentum for the rest of the year? Another road game at Northwest next week will close out the 4-game road stretch for them, and then they return home for the final 2 games of the season. How do they generate momentum for those games tonight?
Well, first they need to rebound from the 46-1 drubbing they took last week against Campbell, and if they do that, win tonight, win next week, they will be on a roll.
It's another keeper, and this time they get the touchdown on 3rd down. It was another one from Joaries Montgomery, and it's going to be an early touchdown for Mount Healthy. So it is 6-0 Owls as Mount Healthy gets on the board first. They draw the first blood.
Another busted play there by the Braves. Another busted play. Creating holes. That is what just does not do good for you.
As we get another look, or here, that's not a replay. We're live right now. Field goal on for the extra point. And that is good. So Mount Healthy is the first team to get on the board tonight at the homecoming game at Talawanda. And it's the Owls 7 and Talawanda nothing with 5:57 left to go in the first. So far, your first impressions of the Mount Healthy offense and the Talawanda defense, Ben?
Well, as I've said, the Braves have struggled, especially on 3rd and short this year. And, you know, and I've explained, you know, the Owls on offense, they are a running team. They will run the ball a lot. They don't pass a lot. I don't expect that we will see them pass a lot tonight. Tonight, if they're going to win this game, it's going to be all about their run game. And I mentioned earlier in the pregame their defense, which forces turnovers a lot. But if you're the Braves, you need to step up and start making the Owls get off the field offensively. And if you're the Braves, you can't keep going 3 and out like they did on the opening drive. I mean, if...
Yep. Totally agree with you on that one, Ben. Is Mount Healthy ready to kick it off? And will be Stan Hankerson, the freshman kicker. Will send this one up in the air into the fall night. Played by Engelhard at the 10. He's going to run out to the 15 and the 20. Gets pressure there and tackle down at the first man he gets to. So the ball will be marked at exactly the 20-yard line, and that's where Talawanda begins their second series of the game. However, we do have a flag at the Braves 46. And we get another look at the touchdown there, Ben, and the extra point that follows.
I think the flag, it looks like this is on the Braves as they just signaled it. Yeah, it's on the Braves.
See where they marked the ball. Again, Engelhard landed at the 20, so Braves are moving back.
Looks like this is going to go back to about inside the 10 somewhere. Maybe at about the, no, it's at the 10. It's at the 10.
So it'll be a 10-yard penalty, likely holding against Talawanda. And now we get the formation, so the huddle breaks. Frank in the I formation, one receiver to his right, one to his left. Man in motion, that's Wills. He breaks free from that. It's going to be a handoff here and getting tackled hard. There was the ball carrier for Talawanda, and that was Kyle Campbell, the sophomore.
Took a beating back there in the backfield. That's a loss of 1.
So Braves line up again, this time a man to Crank's left. And this looks like another run play here.
Oh!
Big tackle from Mount Healthy. It's going to create a loss. The ball came out. It's going to be a fumble. It was a play action run. Crank lost it. And I believe this ball is going to the Owls.
Oh, boy.
As it was Antonio Hawkins who recovered that for Mount Healthy, so a really bad fumble for Talawanda. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Like I mentioned, don't turn the ball over, and the Braves already turn it over here. This is not good. This is not good. On the 3-yard line, and I especially should mention, if the Braves want to win this game tonight, don't turn it over, especially inside your own 10-yard line near your goal line.
So on the second Braves offensive play after a Mount Healthy touchdown, the Owls get it at the 3. Montgomery hands it off.
Ooh, what a hit.
A nice tackle there by the Braves. And it looks like the Owls maybe get inside the 1 on this play. They'll get off the pile there. 5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. So a good stop for Braves offensively, or defensively rather, there on the goal line.
Yep. Now you just got to do that 2 more times. And if they can do that and get off the field by holding them just to a field goal, that's a win for the Braves D.
Same formation for the Owls. Montgomery lines up. It's a handoff and a touchdown for Mount Healthy. Terrence Owensby with a run into the end zone, and it is 13-0 Mount Healthy early on. They get the touchdown off the turnover.
And like I said, you cannot turn the ball over here if you are the Braves. And since they did there, the Owls make them pay. Score the touchdown. Already looking like a long night for Talawanda. Down 13 with the extra point to come, of course.
So it's Daryl Dominguez on for the extra point for Mount Healthy. 1 for 1 in that category tonight. And he will make himself 2 for 2. Punching that one through there. So it's 14-0 Owls, 4:38 to go in quarter number 1. And Ben, we mentioned in the open how this defense, or the defense for Mount Healthy, is very good at creating turnovers and generating them. They got one at a critical spot there at the 3-yard line.
Oh yes, definitely. And it was a fumble, in case you missed it, recovered at about the 3-yard line. And as I keep saying, as I said in the pregame, the Owls force a turnover. If you force a turnover against the Owls, they will make you pay. Doesn't matter where it's at, especially if you're down on the goal line. They will make you pay if you turn it over.
Yep. And so far, the Owls have made them pay with 4:38 to go in quarter number 1. Not the start Talawanda was necessarily looking for at the beginning of this homecoming game, with a lot of people in the crowd. Very nice student section out tonight.
It's a blackout tonight, Patrick.
Yep. See a lot of students in black, as the spirit around the school has been very good this week, surrounding homecoming and the big dance they'll have tomorrow in the gym at Talawanda. DeMent is on to kick it off again. It'll be Engelhard and Snell back deep for Talawanda. Lucas Snell picks it up, the senior for Talawanda at the 15. He'll come out to the 20 and get past that, but not healthy quickly on him. We've seen some good special teams plays tonight for the Owls, but another flag on a special teams play. It's lying at the Braves' 41-yard line.
And this is probably going to be another penalty, most likely holding against Talawanda, which put him back at the 10, or inside the 10 on that last drive and led to the fumble and the touchdown. It's not looking good for the Braves right now. Down 14, and you've already turned it over one time.
So basically the same sequence as the Braves got in the last drive. Ball be placed at the 12. So Adam Crank and company back out for their third series in this game so far with 4:34 to go in quarter number 1. Crank has Wills in the backfield with him, one receiver on each side. There's a man in motion. Crank with a flip toss to Terrell Wills. He's going to run this one out and get it up probably to the 12 or 13-yard line. So the Braves are not going to gain much on that play on a run by Wills. Good flip, just didn't have enough room there on the sideline.
We've seen a lot of flip plays so far here early, Patrick, from Crank to another person around him, and it hasn't worked so far, but let's see if it works here.
Wills, the good wide receiver and running back, is a pass play now for Talawanda, but it'll be incomplete. Intended target there was Tyler Engelhard. Fell down trying to make that catch, and it will set up a 3rd down and 5 for Talawanda at the 17.
This is not what you want to do here, you know. You've gone 3 and out to begin the game. You turned it over on the last drive, and here you are already in a 3rd down situation. Against Mount Healthy's defense, that stings.
So ball on the 22 here. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Braves. Frank with an empty backfield. He's going to look to pass again. It's a quick one to the near side, and it was Lucas Snell there, and he's going to make that catch right in front of the Braves bench there. That's a great catch by Lucas Snell, and it's going to move the chains for a Talawanda 1st down. There's a good save on 3rd down, Ben.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what the Braves were looking for. They were looking for a 1st down, and they got it right there.
Braves moving quickly here again. Crank with a man in the backfield. It's another flip play out to Wills, who's quickly met by some Mount Healthy defenders. He'll be pushed back to the 20. It's going to be a loss of 3 for the Braves, and 2nd and 13 coming up.
This Owls offense, not only, aside from the turnover, they have had a lot of tackles for losses tonight here in the early going. Braves need to start making some holes. Their offensive line needs to step up. Start making holes for their running game.
Crank takes a snap again. There's a completed pass. That one made by the Braves, but it's going to still result in a loss of yardage. It was Blake Bryan, typically the running back for this team, making his first completion of the night. And it's going to set up a 3rd and long here for Talawanda. 3rd and 11 is what they're going to mark it as. So the Braves here have some yardage to pick up on 3rd down after they converted a 3rd and 5 just a few moments ago.
Yeah, this is a 3rd and 5, only it's 6 yarders back. 6 yards back. 3rd down and 11.
So Crank rolls out to the near side. There's a throw, and that got tipped on its way over to the intended receiver, Kyle Campbell. So the Braves unable to convert there. It's going to be 4th and 11 coming up. Nicely constructed play by Talawanda, just didn't execute it correctly.
No, and it's another thing is execution. How do you execute plays? As you see here, they didn't execute the play there. Just falls incomplete, almost a catch. But you got to execute those kinds of plays here.
Of course, it's a young Talawanda team. They're just learning. Of course, the starting quarterback is Crank, a sophomore. And this team is basically the age of a JV team, and they play against varsity teams every week. As a flag here is thrown on the punt that Mount Healthy never touched. That was picked up there by Luke Sarber of Talawanda.
This might look like illegal touching on the Braves, possibly. You can't, if they went on sides, of course. Can't touch the ball if it doesn't go 10 or whatever it was.
I'm pretty sure the ball went more than 10 yards on that punt, but we'll see the officials discussing the call here. It's still a discussion.
This looks like it's going to be.
Can't speculate yet. The flag was thrown late. It was after, before Sarber made that play near midfield. So that's probably not what the call is, unless the officials are possibly discussing that now. That's Lucas Snell of Talawanda in that huddle.
He's discussing maybe if he was the one who possibly touched it. Huh. Never seen this before, have you?
I don't think I have, but the speculation here, and Coach J.D. Vonderheide is about halfway out on the field right now, trying to ask what's going on.
Well, he wants an explanation as to what he sees. And it's on the Owls. I think they're calling unsportsmanlike conduct. It's all unsportsmanlike conduct signal.
Definitely could be something we didn't pick up here in the booth. A word said or some sort of small action behind the play. But it appears that they're moving the Owls back, so it's on Mount Healthy. So, yeah, they're going back far. I'm going to say this is at least a 10-yard penalty. Could be 15.
I thought I saw some kind of gesture by the referee down there, similar to the way that you would signal unsportsmanlike conduct. It's quite possible that it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Which makes sense. It's typically a call that people like to speculate about and the officials enjoy talking about because it involves calling it on the right person. So the Mount Healthy offense will trot back out with 2:32 to go in quarter number 1. Not the start the Braves are looking for on homecoming weekend. As Mount Healthy has scored a touchdown on their opening drive, and then were able to recover a Talawanda fumble at the 3-yard line and then run it in 3 yards for the touchdown. Montgomery back out as the quarterback for the Owls. He's got a man to his right in the backfield and a receiver on either side. There's a handoff, and there's another one to Terrence Owensby. He's going to try to stay on his feet, but there's going to be no gain on the play for the Owls, and it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up.
This Braves D-line has got to step up here on this drive. You can't afford to give up more points. It doesn't matter if it's a field goal or a touchdown. You need to get a 3-and-out here. And that's a good start right there. A no gain or possibly a loss, but it's a no gain.
2nd and 9 is officially how they mark it. And it's the same formation for the Owls. Man in motion there. It's going to be another handoff, this time to Jamal Kelly, who has some speed, able to get out there on the outside and pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5 yards. So that'll set up a 3rd down and middle range for Mount Healthy. Critical stop for the Braves here, Ben.
Yep, and Mount Healthy is 3 for 3 on 3rd downs in this game already. So if you're the Braves, it's 3rd and 4. You need to get a 3-and-out here. 3-and-out, get the ball back, no points scored. Just get a stop if you're the Braves, or if you're the Owls, keep going.
$1:45 to go in quarter number 1. Montgomery will keep this one here. He's going to run it for a 1st down, go into Braves territory. They'll push him back out, but it really doesn't matter. They're going to mark it at the 49 of Talawanda, and more importantly, this one moves the chains. Another 1st down on a 3rd down conversion for Mount Healthy.
That's 4 of them already. 4 for 4 are the Owls on 3rd downs against Talawanda's defense.
As you can see there, he went through the pile. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Owls at the 49. Montgomery here takes another step. It's another keeper, and this time we'll gain about 2 or 3. Tackled by the Talawanda defense quickly there, so a good play executed by the Braves defense. And we mentioned coming in how much this team likes to run. Have they run any pass plays so far in this game, Ben?
I have not seen any pass plays from the Owls tonight, unless it was missed, of course. But no, it's basically for the Owls, it's been all runs. They have not thrown the ball tonight, at least not that we know of anyhow.
And it gets the job done for them, leading in this game by 2 possessions. Another run here from, this time, Jamal Kelly, and he's going to get himself down to the 39-yard line and very close to a 1st down. We'll see if they move the chains here. It's going to be very close. Well, looks like they're not going to move them. I'll mark it 3rd and inches.
Second down for the Owls. Ball on the 39-yard line.
With 43 seconds and moving in the first quarter. So this is a big 3rd down stop for Talawanda here coming up. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, but we'll watch the backfield for Mount Healthy. Jamal Kelly in it, and it's going to be a keeper for Montgomery, and he'll get more than enough yardage needed there for the first down to the 42-yard line. And with 21 seconds to go, it's a first down for the Owls.
And another 3rd down conversion by the Owls on this drive. That's the second one on this drive. This will put them down inside the Braves' territory again.
Mount Healthy 5 for 5 tonight in that category. Jamal Kelly to Montgomery's left. They're just going to run this clock down to end the quarter. So not the start Talawanda wanted, and Mount Healthy got a few breaks there. It's 14-0 after quarter number 1. Your impressions, Ben?
Well, you mentioned it, Patrick. It is not the start that the Braves wanted tonight. They wanted to get off to a fast start, but it's the Owls who have been getting off to the hot start here tonight. And the Braves, especially on offense, have not shown much. They've gone 3 and out on each of their first 2 drives. Mount Healthy has scored on all of their drives, well, with the exception of with this drive anyhow. It has just not been good for the Braves on either side of the ball tonight. And if they're going to come back from down 2 touchdowns, they're going to need to step up on defense, get the Owls off the field, especially on 3rd downs. They've already given up 5 on 5 attempts by Mount Healthy. And if you're the Braves on offense, you got to stop going 3 and out.
I agree with you on that one. As Mount Healthy here will line up again. Team switch sides as we begin quarter number 2. It's going to be Montgomery on the run, and he's going to get down to the 38-yard line of Talawanda. Still no pass plays tonight for Mount Healthy at all. And it's going to be a gain of about 5 there for the Owls.
They have all been run plays tonight. The Owls have not passed yet.
But they have a really good run game. They have Montgomery, who can keep the ball in the quarterback position very well. We've seen a lot of runners tonight. Terrence Owensby is one who's been able to break past a few piles. Jamal Kelly returned that punt for the touchdown before the game, or in the first play after the Braves' first drive of the game. And that was the one that was recalled back after that flag was thrown on that same play. Is Dalton Norris making the tackle on that one for the Mount Healthy run, so it'll be 3rd and 2.
And again, the Braves, eventually it has to happen. They need to step up and get the Owls off the field and at the very least hold them to a field goal.
3rd down and 3. Montgomery will check over to the sideline here for the play. We've seen the Owls do that a lot so far tonight. He's got a man to his right. It's Owensby, but it's another keep for Montgomery trying to get his way forward. Braves there make the tackle, though, on defense. Nice stop. They're going to create a Mount Healthy loss. First time that's happened tonight. It's going to set up an Owl 4th down.
And as I said just before, Braves need a 3 and out, and they got it right there.
Owls could be going for it, though. And let's see what they do. Ball right now is at the 34, so that would set up at least a 40-yard field goal for the Owls, more than that. So that would be a pretty long field goal to kick for Ariel Jimenez, the kicker for Mount Healthy.
Why not go for it?
So it's a big play here, 4th down and 3, just inside 10 minutes left in quarter number 2, and we're going to see a timeout here called by the Owls. They'll use their second so far of the half. So it's been a good series so far defensively for Talawanda, Ben. We've seen some progress so far in this game.
Yes, we have, Patrick. They did get the 3rd down stop they were looking for after failing to on their previous 5 or 6 attempts. They do get the stop, but now that you're 4th and 3, Mount Healthy probably going for it unless they change their mind and punt it back. But it's And you can see down there Coach Bird is blowing his top right now. He is just, his defense has struggled all night until just recently when they got the stop. And if Mount Healthy goes for this, it'd be nice to get a stop if you're the Braves. And it looks like they are going to go for it on 4th and 3.
Yeah, a little too far out of field goal range, so another big one after the timeout. We'll see a interesting formation for the Owls. That is Montgomery, the quarterback, who's right up against the line. He's got 3 men behind him.
Oh my
We
God.
had some movement there before the play.
And
Multiple flags fly in.
this might be JD saying that it's on the Owls, while Mount Healthy saying it's on the Braves. If the Braves fall in for the oldest trick of the book, well, then that's going to be a
false start against the Owls. So Talawanda gets the break there, probably their first good break of the game. It's going to send Mount Healthy back 5 yards on 4th down. Maybe they'll reconsider their options here. We'll see what they do. Owensby is still out there. Montgomery is away from the pile, so he'll be back a little farther here. Owensby is to his right. They have 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. So it's going to be a pass play to the near side and knocked incomplete there by the Braves. That was Tyler Engelhardt playing defensive back, knocks it out of the hands of the Owls, and Talawanda takes over on downs. Good defense there by the Braves.
Exactly, and they get it, and they got it done with the false start penalty. Although if it was still 4th and 3, it wouldn't have happened anyway. But it put him into a long down situation. I'm surprised that Mount Healthy went for that. I know you're at 14. I know they're at 14-0, but still surprised that they went for it there on 4th and long. Now the Braves will take over after the Owls can't convert.
So it'll be Talawanda's ball at the 34-yard line. So far, they have 1 first down tonight on their first drive. They got a first down and then punted from there, and then they had the turnover on the second play of their second drive, that fumble. And as Crank here got pushed by his own teammate, it's going to be an incomplete pass.
Almost an interception, too.
A little confusion in the Talawanda backfield before that play. So the Braves will get another shot at it here on 2nd and 10.
See the coverage there by Mount Healthy? Or maybe that's another replay, but still. The coverage by the Owls has prevented the Braves from having a first down completion, or a completion.
On the 34, Crank dodges that tackle, but he's able to stumble a few yards and then falls over.
And he just blasted through the Braves' offensive line, Patrick.
Talawanda wanted a face mask on that play. It looked like the Mount Healthy player got his hand up there, but the Braves aren't going to get the call. So it'll be 3rd and 12 on the loss of 2. Ben, what do the Braves do here?
This is where I would probably take a deep pass here. Confuse the Owls secondary, get free, and hopefully Crank can find it.
Crank with an empty backfield. He's got receivers on both sides. Quick slant route there was run by John Croucher for Talawanda, but it's an incomplete pass. And that's going to set up a 4th and long, so the Braves are going to go 3 and out again on this 3rd offensive drive of the game for Talawanda.
That is the 3rd 3 and out tonight, 3rd in a row for the Braves. 3rd 3 and out in a row as you see the replay here. Not a deep pass, just a short pass. And another 3 and out.
Evan Keebler will punt it away for Talawanda. Punts this one away from the 20-yard line. It's going to come down to the Mount Healthy 30. Picking it up there is Jamal Kelly. He's going to break through some tackles, finally end up at the Mount Healthy 48, and that is where the Owls will begin their next drive with 8:50 to go in quarter number 2. So now the defense from Talawanda comes back out after arguably their best drive defensively in the game, in which they forced a 4th and out for Mount Healthy. So it's on the 48, 1st and 10 for the Owls. Is this game moving quickly here? Owls wait for the play. It's going to be Montgomery as the quarterback again. Terrence Owensby is to his right. again. Owls yet to pass in this game. It's going to be another keeper. Montgomery runs up the middle. He'll be tackled down by the Braves at the 45-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of about 6 yards on the play. So the Owls into Talawanda territory here and sets up a 2nd and 4.
I mentioned in the pregame that Mount Healthy is a running team. They still have not passed in this game yet.
Man in motion for the Owls. It's going to be a handoff as the Mount Healthy Owls will run this one down to about the 32-yard line. That was Adrian McFerrin for Mount Healthy. First time we've seen him tonight, and he will come in at a good spot, and we'll get a first down for Mount Healthy.
This was an in-motion play here. The Braves still confused on defense with the run. That's going to be a first down.
We've seen the Owls run the same formation for the last few plays. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. It's going to be Owensby again in the backfield, and Montgomery with another keeper. This time he's met by some Talawanda defenders at the 30-yard line, and that's only going to be a gain of 3 on the first down play for the Owls.
You know what? This Mount Healthy quarterback kind of reminds me of Braxton Miller at Ohio State. Remember when he used to run the ball a lot? This is what I'm kind of seeing right here with Mount Healthy's quarterback. Just the run, kind of the Braxton Miller type play.
Montgomery, the senior, and he is certainly very athletic. That's why they depend on him to run the ball on the ground. He can move around in the pocket very well, and of course he can become a running back when they need him to as well, and he has been in that position wearing that running back hat for a lot of plays in this game. There's only a gain of about 2 on that run, and it sets up about a 3rd and 6 for the Owls. So it's another 3rd down for Mount Healthy. And this is when the Braves defense starts to get good, is on these 3rd and 4th down plays. Handoff here, never mind, it's a keeper.
Ooh,
Montgomery
he
stumbles
stumbled.
down. As there's a play action to Owensby.
Not
Owensby
sure.
there came in with the fake, but Montgomery made contact with him and stumbled right down in an empty backfield.
I'm not sure exactly how this worked. I'm not sure. Oh, he ran into number 10 there.
Yep.
That's what happened. That's why he fell down. And this was not done by the Braves defense per se. And it looks like the Owls are going to go for it again, Patrick.
4th and 12 for Mount Healthy. It's a gutsy play as
Here's
a
a pass.
long
Here's a
here
pass.
from Montgomery, and that's going to be incomplete. Originally, I thought Adrian McFerrin made that catch, but it's incomplete there on the far side. He was wide open, looking for the end zone, but it's going to be another 4th and out for the Owls. Braves able to get the ball on the turnover on downs.
Well, that's another break for the Braves, as you see here. I'm not sure exactly. This was a decent throw here, Patrick. And he just has to hold on to the football. And if he does, the Owls may not get a touchdown out of it, but they would have it at the goal line.
At least we'll get a first down. That was Engelhard there on the tackle for the Braves. So now Talawanda starts their next drive offensively, went 3 and out on the last one.
And we finally see Mount Healthy pass the ball tonight.
For the first time, they were going big too, weren't they?
Yes, they were, Patrick. Deep pass.
Crank here with a man to his left, a receiver on each side. And he's going to wait for the play as well on the Talawanda sideline.
And Talawanda will call a timeout.
Smart move. 6:25 to go in quarter number 2. With a 14-0 Mount Healthy lead. So you're the Braves. You're coming up with 2 big defensive stops on 2 straight Mount Healthy drives. You're on the offensive side of the ball now. What do they have to do to generate some momentum and possibly get the ball down to the end zone? Something they haven't really done so far much this season so far.
Well, here's what they should do. You should, A, get a big lane for the running back to find holes and just gallop down there to the goal line. And also start taking deep passes down the field. We have not seen Adam Crank go deep down the field yet. And if he can go down the field and try to fool Mount Healthy secondary, hopefully for the Braves' sake, they will find a way to get in the end zone.
So the same formation for Talawanda after the timeout. Crank with a man to his left, and he's going to roll to the near side. It's going to be a keeper trying to break free from that man there. Finally tackled down by the Owls' Christian Grier. And it's only going to be a gain of 1 for the Braves. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And the Braves really need to stop just picking up 1, 2, 3 yards a carry in the run game. They need to really start doing some bubble screens, some screen passes, you know.
Frank here throws
There
over
it
the
is.
middle. There's a completion. That's Tyler Engelhardt. He's down to the 47-yard line, and the Braves will move the chains on a 2nd and 9. There's a good play for Talawanda.
That was a good throw. It was a dart by Crank here. He rolls out to his right. He throws across the middle to 80. Tries to elude a tackle there by the feet. But overall, it's a completion.
And Engelhardt with the ball on the next play as well, and he's going to run for some decent yardage as well. He's going to be out to the Owls. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 44-yard line of Mount Healthy. It's going to be a gain of 8. And 2nd and 1 coming up. Braves moving quickly here without a huddle. As Crank throws from the 50. There's a completion to the near side. Another one here. That's Kyle Campbell, and he's going to work his way down for a few extra yards.
What momentum.
That's the second effort that J.D. Vonderheide was talking about in his interview before the game. Braves down to the 35. Move the chains again. First down, Talawanda.
Take momentum. That's what JD was mentioning. Take all the momentum into this game on offense. Oh,
Right here
boy.
with a bad snap. He's going to pick it up and fall down to his knees.
Sorry about that.
Better than a turnover, though, for Talawanda. They'll lose a few yards, but the way the offense is moving right now shouldn't be too big of a problem.
No, but
Obviously, you would rather gain 4 yards in that situation than lose them.
yeah, there's a difference between losing 4 and gaining 4. Right there, it was a loss.
Braves move on, though, so it'll be 2nd and 14. Ball marked at the 39-yard line, and another bad snap. Crank there comes down with a football.
Are the Braves starting to have some snapping problems now, Patrick?
It's been 2 straight plays where Talawanda has been unable to get it really past the snap. Some more yardage lost there for the Braves. They'll lose 2 on that play. 3rd and 16 will come up for the 41.
Well, this is not going to please J.D. Vonderheide at all. At all. And you see the Talawanda Braves section here. They are stunned, Patrick. Stunned.
Looks to me like some people in that crowd are having fun, but
Hate to see your team down 14-0 almost before halftime.
yep. Frank here is going to go past the 50, and he's going to be brought down on the other side of the field in Talawanda territory. Frank
Another.
trying to get past that defender, but didn't quite work out.
This right here. This is not a bad snap here by the long snapper for the Braves, but the scramble by Crank here just did not work out. And since it didn't work out, now you went backwards after getting 2 first downs in a row. Next 3 plays, 2 bad snaps, 1 bad scramble, you go extremely backwards.
Lonnie Phelps with that tackle from Mount Healthy. It was a good one. Another punt from Keebler, nearly blocked, and it's going to be the Braves all over this one.
Nice.
As it stops right there at the 15-yard line, and that's where Mount Healthy will begin their next drive. Good special teams there for Talawanda. Didn't really see much in the way of, well, we did see a lot of offense in that drive, though. They just couldn't get past that 1 3rd down, but I'd say some bright spots there in that last drive for Talawanda.
Yes, absolutely, Patrick. You saw some good throws by Crank, but the bad snaps, the 2 straight bad snaps, and then the scramble, that went for a loss of about 9. The Braves, after those 2 completions, just went backwards. They lost 15 yards on 3 plays. That wasn't good, and I said that's not going to please J.D. Vonderheide at all.
I don't think it would please any coach.
Not at all, Patrick, not at all.
Snap here taken by Montgomery, another keeper. He's run the ball a lot tonight, by far their leading rusher, and he'll gain about 5.
Not Healthy got a low snap there. That was a low snap, not a high snap.
When I was talking to Coach Vonderheide earlier this week, Bennett, it's interesting. I asked him about the attitude in the locker room right now. Obviously 0-6, not really the type of, atmosphere where the team will be hooting and hollering every week. But he said this team can believe honestly in themselves, and small improvements can be made. They have a great attitude. They take it week by week, and he feels that this team can win at least 3 or 4 games here as we go into the deeper part of the season. Hold that thought as Mount Healthy will run this one. Another carry by Montgomery. He's not quite going to get the first down. But this team is taking it week by week. Talawanda is, and they're really making sure that they are doing everything right, enjoying the process, and hopefully they can get 3 to 4 wins out of this. I mean, do you agree with that system?
Absolutely, Patrick. You know, J.D. Vonderheide is a good guy. He's a tough guy. He's not a guy who likes to lose. Well, no coach likes to lose, but J.D. Vonderheide, last year, he believed in his team.
That's Jamal Kelly, the runner here for Mount Healthy. He's going to get past everybody, and now, and he is still going, dodging tackles left and right, and Jamal Kelly is gone for a Mount Healthy touchdown.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be a big run for the Owls, a 76-yard touchdown run, but wait, we have a flag.
Oh man, uh-oh.
It's going to be a holding call against the Owls. It's another one where Jamal Kelly takes it to the house, but a holding call will send this one back 10 yards instead of 76.
That's another holding penalty that has neglected a Mount Healthy touchdown tonight. If it wasn't for those 2 penalties, they'd be up 28 to nothing instead of 14 to nothing. And going back to what I said about J.D. Vonderheide, you know, I've had the guy for PE. I've met the guy. He's a great guy, but I hear he's tough, and I'm sure he's not a big fan of 0-6. I'm sure. Well, no coach is a fan of 0-6, but I'll bring this up later. But last year, J.D. Vonderheide believed in himself when he played at homecoming last year.
And that's the last game Talawanda won on this field, was that homecoming game last year. And Vonderheide telling me this week it's not hard to stay positive as 0-6.
Oh boy.
The Braves here taking the right attitude into this one, and Montgomery has the right attitude on this run, dodging tackles left and right. It creates no gain on a third down, or on a second down, it's a third down play rather, for Mount Healthy.
And it looks like on this replay that 32 there is going to have him, or 85 and another, has him locked in the backfield there. And he says, no, sir, I'm going to take off with this thing, and at least it gets back to the line of scrimmage. But it's going to be a punt nonetheless. So I was going back to homecoming last year. Talawanda's winless. Little Miami has a good record. And Talawanda stuns them 45-44. I remember that game. That was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
So a punt here for the Owls. First time we've seen them do that tonight. It'll be caught here at the 45-yard line by the Braves and quickly tackled down there on the return attempt. It was Luke Richardson, the sophomore, trying to return that one, but no gain on that one. So the Braves, though, will start in Mount Healthy territory at the 45. They got 55 seconds to work with. Keep in mind, Mount Healthy receives the second half kickoff.
Yep, and 2 timeouts as well. So if you want to use those 2 timeouts to get down there and get in, make this a 7-point game at the break, you need to use the clock wisely.
Frank with a man to his right. Braves are going to pass. Quick pressure on the blitz. It's going to be a pass that's completed to Blake Bryan, but he'll be tackled down for a loss.
Braves might need to really think about timeouts here. You have a running clock.
The clock never started on the play.
Oh. Now it's stopped. Yeah, that went for a loss, by the way.
Yep, so the clock was never started upstairs, so the referees will decide what time to put on it.
As you can see right here, he threw a little dart there to that receiver, and ultimately it just didn't work.
Blake Bryan, typically the running back. He's played the receiver position tonight. He's had 2 completions so far in this game. They'll reset the clock to 45 seconds. So they'll take 10 seconds off on that play in total. Clock will start to run now. Crank with a man to his right in the backfield. That's Bryan. And it's going to be another pass over the middle. Incomplete, though. It was Tyler Engelhard, the intended receiver for that one. It will stop the clock at 34 seconds left.
Well, now that it's 3rd and 13, as you see this play here, just off his hands. Good defense there by the Owls. But now that you're getting closer to the half, it's a 3rd and 13, down 14 to nothing. This is where you start going deep here. And I wouldn't be shocked if they went deep here.
Still got a lot of time, though. They can work with.
And they have 2 timeouts as well.
2 timeouts and 2 more chances to get a first down. Frank with a man in the backfield. It's a flip to Terrell Wills, and Wills isn't going to get much on this one. He's out to the 42.
About to call a timeout here.
26 seconds and counting. Finally a whistle
And now they take a timeout.
And now the Braves will take it. So they'll spend one of their 2 timeouts. It's going to set up a 4th down and long, about a 4th down and 12. They're going to mark the ball at the 47.
I think they'll go for it here. You're down 14. I know you have a whole nother half to play, but
well, you have no choice. It's going to be an Owls timeout here, so they're going to use their last of the half. And they're going to put another timeout on the clock. It was stopped a little late after that timeout was called, so they're going to add 3.5 more seconds to it and put it to 28.
Well, that's because the timeout was called at that point.
So 4th and 12 coming up. What do you think, Ben?
Well, like I said, this is where you throw deep here. Or maybe not. They're going to punt. Or maybe not.
They're in the punt formation. It's going to be Evan Keebler standing at the Braves' 40-yard line.
This might be a fake punt here, Patrick. The way the formation looks. Nope.
It's not going to be a fake. Keebler with this one. It's a long one, too, and it will take a bounce at about the 10-yard line and head out of bounds.
Maybe it was the right choice by JD to not go for it on 4th and 12 and maybe give Mount Healthy another chance to score.
Well, you definitely don't want to throw an interception or create a fumble and have Mount Healthy return it back, and then you're in an even worse position than you were to start out.
Absolutely not. That is not what you want to do. So it was ultimately a good decision by Vonderheide to just punt it back, and hopefully Mount Healthy will just take a knee and just send this to halftime.
21 seconds to go. Ball marked on the 7. That's where it went out of bounds. So we'll see what the Owls do here, if they want to risk it or not.
And it looks like they're probably just going to take a knee.
Yep. Victory formation for the Owls, and RV Crouch and Mount Healthy will take this 14-0 lead into halftime.
Well, this is not, like you said, Patrick, not the start that the Braves want here. Down 2 touchdowns. At least it's just 2 touchdowns instead of just being lopsided. But just, you need to adjust if you're the Braves. If you're the Owls, just keep going.
So it is 14-0 Mount Healthy as we take it at the end of the 2nd quarter, and we'll recap some of the top plays of the first half here in a little bit. But so far, Ben, we've seen a Mount Healthy team that's come out, maybe not the most excitement in a football game they've been in all year long, but certainly they've come out with some positive tonight, and so has Talawanda.
Oh yeah, these teams have come to play tonight. This team has come out tonight. They're up. Obviously, it's a low score. It's 14-0, but you know, if you're the Braves, you just need to adjust yourself. If you adjust yourself, you can come back and win, and just readjust if you are the Braves.
So it is Mount Healthy 14, Talawanda nothing here. Friday Night Football as the marching band prepares for their halftime show. And that will be halftime. So Mount Healthy 14, Talawanda nothing. Back with the second half in a moment on ICRC.
with the puck.
First half here at Talawanda. We take a look at the scoring plays of the first half, as it was a run there from Terrence Owensby to begin the game and begin the scoring in the game. And then after that, it was this play here. That was a pass to Adrian McFerrin, where the ball went out of the hands of him on a 4th down play for Mount Healthy. And Adam Crank has been sacked a lot tonight for Talawanda, Ben.
Yes, he has. And I mentioned in the pregame that this Mount Healthy offense or defense can really, really nab you down. You know, that's exactly what they've done here tonight. That's what they've done all year. They have gotten the pressure on Adam Crank tonight, although Crank has completed some passes, as you see here. But if you're Talawanda's offensive line, you need to work better to, well, protect Adam Crank better. And they have not been able to do that in the first half. All the times that Crank has been sacked, you know, he's been sacked, what, it feels like 5 or 6 times tonight. And the offensive line has just not stepped up yet.
Crank got 211 yards last week in the full game against Harrison in Harrison. This game so far in the first half, he's at only 32 passing yards, 6 for 13 completions, 2 attempts. His longest completion was 12 yards, but it's the ground game that Talawanda has really been dependent on tonight. And talk about the ground game for Mount Healthy, yet to have a reception in this game. They're still up 14-0, and in the rushing category, they have had a lot of yardage tonight. Total offensive yards for Mount Healthy has been 125. All of those have been on the ground.
Yes, they have, Patrick. And I mentioned that Mount Healthy is a great rushing team, and they have proved tonight that they are really hard to stop.
You can see the student section there making noise on the blackout tonight. 14-0, their team's down, but doesn't seem to really bother the spirit at all of them.
No, it doesn't, Patrick. These are some loyal fans here, very loyal fans.
Braves had a pep rally earlier today at school and pleaded a lot of people to come out to the game.
Now can they just get back in it somehow?
That is the question a lot of people are asking, and they went into halftime with a manageable deficit, only 14-0 in a 2-possession game. It could change with a snap of a finger, Ben.
Absolutely, Patrick. This is, even though the Braves are 0-6, they are still a team that can still come back and just stun you, make it, you know, just overall stun you.
So it'll be Tyler Engelhard to put the ball on the tee. He'll be kicking off to the Owls, who will be receiving the second half kickoff to begin the second half. Engelhard takes his steps back. And here we go. So they kicked in, we're underway in the second half of 14-0. Mount Healthy lead. That one bounced off the receiver, or the returner rather there.
Oh, it's still out. The ball is still out,
locked
I
up.
think. Anyhow.
I believe Mount Healthy recovered that fumble if it came out at all, but a very nicely executed special teams play there for the Braves, as the ball will start on the 15-yard line of Mount Healthy.
That is not, boy, that was almost close right there. Mount Healthy almost making almost a bad mistake there on their part to begin the second half here tonight.
Not quite the start the Owls were looking for, as Braves defense will come back out. That's been a highlight of the night so far for Talawanda. They forced 2 4-and-outs for Mount Healthy. Again, not a single reception in this game. They've attempted only 1 pass. The Owls have. The rest of the offensive plays have been all on the ground. And there's another one on the ground to begin the half. Juarius Montgomery with the keeper. He's run it a lot tonight, Ben. He gets a gain of 6 to set up a second down.
And I said earlier, you know, he reminds me a little bit of Braxton Miller. His speed, his everything. I mean, his athleticism when he runs the ball, he does it just like Braxton. And it's looked really impressive tonight. I'm impressed by that kid out there.
Gain of 4 off the play. It'll be second down at 6. Braves will look for another run here. It'll be Montgomery with a reverse handoff. It's to Jamal Kelly. He's going to break through some tackles. Finally thrown down there near the 30, but a flag comes out.
Let's see this.
While he was being tackled.
This may have been possibly a low tackle on the Braves, maybe.
Flag was thrown on the near side of the field, kind of near where that play happened. And it's going to be on Mount Healthy and blocking the back. So the Braves able to catch a bit of a break there on the penalty. And Mount Healthy, 4 penalties for 41 yards in the first half of this game. Talawanda had 2 penalties for 20 yards in the first.
The penalties are definitely not something that Mount Healthy wants to. That's definitely not something they want to improve on. Although it hasn't affected them tonight. In the future, they don't want to increase in those penalties.
So the Owls have a second 18. Ball is on the 11-yard line. Montgomery takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff, and running up the middle there was Terrence Owensby, who we've also seen a lot of times on the ground tonight. So he will gain a few yards there, and it's going to set up a 3rd down and long for Mount Healthy. Braves have him right where they want him right now.
And you see right here, he's trying to find a hole here. He doesn't get it. And this is what the Braves want here. They want a 3rd down and long, manageable 10. What's taking Mount Healthy so long on these plays, Patrick?
Looks like they're looking to the sideline, maybe changing up the play a little bit. It'll be Owensby in the backfield. It's going to be a pass this time, incomplete. That one just behind the intended receiver, Jamari Warmack. First time we've seen him tonight, the sophomore, and it'll be a 3 and out for Mount Healthy on the opening drive of this half.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for Talawanda here to begin the second half. Exactly what the doctor ordered. JD, look at him. He's all fired up. He wants his defense to improve, and that's a good start out there to the second half, Coach.
So we'll see a punt here from Mount Healthy. Looks like Antonio Thomas will send this one away. Luke Richardson right now for Talawanda is in the backfield. This is not a good punt. That's going to bounce at about the 38, and it's going to keep rolling down to the 43-yard line.
That was a wobbly punt there. That was a wobbly punt there. It was kind of like the one I got confused on when I mistake. Here's the high snap, of course. Well, and as I said, this is kind of reminded me of an earlier punt, the one I got confused for a kick that was on a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct, but that is just not a good punt there for the Owls, and the Braves, let's see if they take advantage of it.
See if they can. They are set up with some really good field position here, some of the best of the game. First drive of the second half.
It has to be the best in the game, Patrick.
Frank sends the man in motion. Terrell Wills was that man, and they hand it off in the backfield. No gain is going to come out of this play. We're going to set this one up about a yard gain for Talawanda.
This has got to be the best starting field position of the night for either team, Patrick.
Frank with a man to his right is Blake Bryan. Another man in motion. This time it's Wills again. Frank is going to roll to the far side. Looks to pass. Quick one over the middle. That one incomplete. He threw it into a lot of white jerseys there. That was intended for Tyler Engelhardt. It's going to set up a 3rd and 9 for Talawanda.
There's good coverage there by Mount Healthy, forcing this 3rd down and 9 here. See if Mount Healthy can respond on defense, just like Talawanda did to start the half.
Braves need 9 for a first down. Frank with an empty backfield on his back foot makes a throw, and that's a completed pass over the middle there to Christopher Richardson. First completion of the game for him. It's not going to be quite enough for a first down, I don't think.
You see him right here. He doesn't spend that much time in the backfield, but he does, off his back foot, like he said, he does throw a dart. But I think you're right, Patrick. It does look a little short.
They're going to move the chains, never mind.
Maybe they are going to move the chains since forward progress gave him the first down.
They'll give it to him. Same play for Talawanda, similar formation. Frank is going to hand the ball off to Blake Bryan, the running back. First time he's played a running back position tonight. He'll get down past the 25 and down around the 23-yard line. That's a nice run for Blake Bryan. He'll be second and short here for the Braves.
Starting to pick up chunks of yards now. chunks and chunks of them now. That was a gain of 8. See if the Braves can execute here. You see here, there's nobody around him on that side of the line, and yet see the missed tackle. Good gain.
Adam Crank will keep this one. Hasn't been too successful in the keepers tonight, as Mount Healthy will swallow him up pretty quickly after that run. And that's going to set up a 3rd and short for the Braves. They gained 1 on that run, so it's 3rd and 1. Critical play for Talawanda here. What do they do?
Well, this is where you have to take your time with the play calling. Do you run it? Do you throw it? I would run it, but do you run or throw? Let's see what he does here. No, it's a run.
It is a run. Blake Bryan has the football, gets past the 25, and this might be a loss for Talawanda. It is going to be a loss. Loss of 2 on the play. It's going to set up a 4th down, so the Braves can't convert the 3rd down on the ground. And we might be getting a timeout here.
Might be.
Well,
Do the Braves? Looks like they're going to keep. Looks like JD says he wants the offense out on the. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants them out on the field.
14-0, they're down. Got to gamble at some point as we get deeper into the second half. Frank here will throw over the middle. That one a little too hard, just out of the reach there. Christopher Richardson. So the Braves unable to get those last couple of yards, and they're going to turn the ball over on downs at the 24-yard line.
He was grabbed as he threw that. He was. I think this was another one where one of those linemen jumped over an offensive lineman to get pressure on Crank, release pressure, or get pressure as he threw the ball, and that's why it was incomplete, and Mount Healthy gets the ball right back after a horrible punt to give Talawanda good field position, the best of the game, if not the best of the game.
Ball at the 24. This one will be taken by Montgomery, and he's going to gain a few yards on that run. Another keeper there, Montgomery here.
And that's another run play for Mount Healthy. Seen most of those tonight. Depending on how many plays they've run, only one has been a pass.
Montgomery rushed for 73 yards on keeps. He had a lot of them in that first half. His longest run was 14 yards so far in this game. Averaging 3.8 yards per carry tonight. This time it's going to be a pass, and they're going over the middle. That's incomplete. Wide open there was Jamel Kelly, the brother of Jamal. Had no defensive backs on him, and unable to make the grab. It'll set up 3rd and 7.
You see right here, this is only the second pass play of the night for Mount Healthy, and both of them have been wide open, and their receivers have not been able to hold on to it somehow.
So it's another Mount Healthy 3rd down.
This is what the Braves want to stop.
And they're going to look for another pass. Montgomery with a nice one. That's complete to Adrian McFerrin there on the far side. It's going to be a 1st down for the Owls.
And their first completion of the night, Patrick, it's a dandy.
So Adrian McFerrin, who almost caught one for a touchdown earlier on in the game, makes this one here. It's another critical catch by Mount Healthy. They go to the pass. It's been a rare play for them so far tonight, but it gets the job done for a 1st down.
Yep, only the 3rd pass play, and this is the first one, as you said, for a 1st down.
6:50 to go in quarter number 3. Owensby to his left. They're going to hand it off to him, and he's going to get tackled down after a gain of about 2. Nice tackle there by Dalton Norris of Talawanda, the big defensive player.
Now the Braves defense is making Mount Healthy kind of struggle in the run game here, or in the early going of the 3rd quarter.
Norris, the fullback tonight, as you saw there, 6'2", 180, only a sophomore, has a bright future in football.
Hopefully he does anyhow.
And this will set up a 2nd down and 7 for Mount Healthy. And it's going to be a run by 4 again, and he's going to gain about 5. Nearly tackled there behind for a loss, but able to regain control on the run there and pick up about 2 or 3 more yards. So this is going to set up a 3rd and 5, another 3rd down for Mount Healthy, and they converted the last one so far in this game, 4 for 8 on, or 5 for 8 rather, on 3rd down conversions.
You see in that replay there, he looks like he's going to get swamped back there, but he doesn't. That's the second time we've seen this tonight by the Braves defense. Saw it down on the goal line, now we see it here. And more confusion on the play calling here for the Owls.
Another pass play from Montgomery. He goes to the air again. It's another completion to Jamel Kelly, and he's going to get past the 50-yard line into Braves territory, and it's another 3rd down conversion for the Owls. They'll pick up the 1st down.
This passing game seems to be picking up pace. See right here, he starts there, goes to his left, or his right rather, and then he completes the pass. That's another completion for the Owls in a game in when we thought they were just going to run the ball all night.
Owls taking their time here to get to the play. 4:58 to go and counting here in this 3rd quarter. It's another keeper, this time Montgomery with the run. And he will get out to the 42-yard line of Talawanda. We'll gain about 6 yards on the play. Trenton Rumpler with the tackle for Talawanda.
We got an injured Owl down on the field. Looks like he's kind of struggling to stand a little bit. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Not a good sign for Mount Healthy. That'll be Zaree Franklin, the junior. And he looks to be in some pain out there on the field.
Certainly does, Patrick. He just hit the ground in anger. And
so let's talk about the situation right now, man. It's 2nd down and 5 for Mount Healthy. If the Braves come up with a big play here, they'll set up another 3rd down. It seems like their 3rd down defense was better in the first half, but in the second half, it's not really as good as maybe they want it to be.
Well, you got to remember, in the first half, they started terrible on 3rd down stops. You know, I think Mount Healthy converted about 5 of their first 5, but since then they haven't converted one. They did convert one just there, but you know, if you're the Braves, you know, you need to start getting more 3 and outs. You need to start getting them off the field, and obviously on this drive, on that 3rd and 5. They didn't do that, and yet they really have to. They did adjust there at the end of the half a little bit, you know, and you know they did adjust. I don't think in the final 5 minutes of the first half, I don't think Mount Healthy had a 3rd down conversion. They did here to kind of start the second half out, but this Braves defense, they have adjusted a little bit, but I don't think they've adjusted enough to get more 3 and outs on the field, to get the Owls off the field and then back on it. So
Zaree Franklin is on his feet now, and it looks like on both feet, but he's not putting much weight on them as he's walking off the field with the help of the training staff.
It looks kind of like a lower knee possibly, or maybe a foot or ankle. Ouch. I've had those injuries. They hurt like the dickens.
So not a good sign there for Zaree Franklin or the Mount Healthy offense and their offensive line, as the Owls will trot back out onto the field. So in Franklin's place will be De'Aaron Yelton, who's also a junior. As we get down into crunch time of this football game, it's only a 14-0 lead for the Owls.
And we thought that Mount Healthy would come in here and explode with the run game. They've had 2 touchdowns called back tonight, Patrick. And so they could be up 28-0.
There's a little flip play. Terrence Owensby's got it, rushes past the defense. Finally, Talawanda able to get to him there, but he's not going to gain any yardage, pushed out of bounds at the 42. So this will set up a 3rd down and 5 for Mount Healthy. Another 3rd down where Talawanda needs a big stop.
And this is about the first time I think we've seen Mount Healthy use that little flick play. Didn't work this time. We went for no gain. Now, like I said, if you're the Braves, get a 3 and out and get the ball back. No damage by the Owls. And again, the Owls look like they're trying to just milk the clock out.
Mount Healthy was looking for the play there for a while. It's going to be another pass, and it's going to be a completed pass.
Nice catch.
Montgomery threw it over the middle, and that was caught by Jamari Warmack, the sophomore. His second completion of the game. And this Mount Healthy band becoming a little bit more dependent on the pass game rather than the run game like we saw in the first half.
Exactly. And I said it just moments ago, you know, Mount Healthy is now struggling in the run game, and they're doing good in the pass game. Quite some adjustment there by the Mount Healthy Owls football team, by their coach.
Owensby to the left of Montgomery is going to keep this one and run it up the middle, dodging tackles left and right, still pushing for yardage there as the pile continues to move forward. That's a good piece of running by Montgomery, with players all over him. And there's going to be a gain of 7 on that one for Montgomery. That's a big run, Ben.
It sure is, especially when you have all those red jerseys around you. When you have a swarm of red jerseys around you and you manage to get 7 yards out of that, that's incredible. I would have been even more shocked if it had gone for a first down.
Owls look to the sideline for the play. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. It is Owensby who is on the left side of Montgomery, and here is Jamal Kelly there with a run for Mount Healthy. He's going to get a first down to the 5-yard line. And inside the red zone again tonight are the Owls for the 3rd time this evening.
This looked like a direct snap, although it wasn't, but it looked like a direct snap. He just found a hole. The Braves had nobody over there on that left side. And so that's why he had the big gain, and that's why it's 1st and goal for Mount Healthy yet again.
Montgomery will take the snap here. He's going to rush it towards the end zone, but it's going to be a Mount Healthy touchdown.
Yikes.
Nice run by Montgomery, goes through the middle. First point scored of the second half, and it is a 20-0 Owls lead.
This is not looking good for Talawanda, Patrick. This is not looking good at all. As you see here, he takes the snap. It's like a direct snap. He just runs it up the middle, dodging tacklers everywhere he goes. And touchdown Mount Healthy, and possibly a good night to Talawanda.
Fell down just in time past the goal line. Montgomery will hold the extra point for Jimenez, and that one will squeeze through the uprights, and it is good. So it is 21-0. The Mount Healthy Owls on top of the Talawanda Braves. This game just turned into a 3-possession game with $1:41 to go at quarter number 3.
I don't know. Down 21-0, a quarter to go, and 1:41 left to go in the 3rd. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. You need to score fast. You need to score often, and you need to just score. You can't keep giving up points. You just can't keep giving up points, and if you do that, you're going to lose. And Talawanda just gave up a touchdown there, and you got to hope that if you're the Braves, that's not the possible dagger, and hope that this game's not on ice yet. We still have a long way to go in this game, but I don't know, 21-0. That's a large deficit. It's very large.
Engelhardt and Snell are back deep for the Braves. It'll be Jimenez to kick it off again. Despite the score, a lot of people still in the crowd, including the student section.
They want to remain because, after all, it is homecoming.
And who knows what could happen with a full quarter of football left to go. This is run by Engelhardt down from the 5. He's going to get up to the 23. Nice return.
Oh, whoa.
We have flags flying in from all over the place.
I think 2 guys, I think it looked like somebody down there at about the 30, I think it was 1 Owl and 1 Brave, got into it a little bit. Some pushing and shoving going on. Let's see who this is on.
I did not see that at all, but flags flying at the 31-yard line.
There was some pushing and shoving going on down there. Maybe not like intentional. After the play, personal foul on the Owls. Looks like number 21 maybe. Yeah, there was a little scuffle down there. I saw it, you didn't. But there was some pushing and shoving going on down there, and makes the Owls pay.
Mount Healthy here So they'll lose 15 yards on that one. So that's where Talawanda will begin. Nice 15-yard advantage to begin this next drive as Adam Crank and company storm back onto the field. They need some points.
Yes, they do, Patrick. You take advantage of good field position. You had great field position your last possession on the terrible punt. And yet here, 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct on a scuffle. You got to take advantage here. The Braves need a touchdown. They can't settle for a field goal or get a 3 and out. They need a touchdown now.
Sense of urgency is rising here with 1:33 to go in quarter number 3. But you never know. Crazier things have happened in football games before.
35-3 Houston, anybody?
Crank drops back to the far side. There's a completion and a start for Talawanda. There's the completion there to Kyle Campbell for the Braves. He's going to pick up a first down, so a good start to the drive for Talawanda, Ben.
Indeed. That was a good pass there. It was a good pass here. He fakes the run. He kind of almost scrambles to his left or right. Then he completes the pass to 23 into Mount Healthy territory. First down, Braves.
Talawanda moving quickly here. Crank with an empty backfield. There's a pass and a completion. Nice catch there. Another one by Campbell on the near side, and that's not going to gain too many yards. Looks like they'll give him 2 on the play. So second and long coming up for Talawanda.
You know what? That may have not gone for much, but it was certainly
It was a
heck of a catch, Patrick. Kyle Campbell tonight has looked like a rock star for Talawanda.
Crank with a flip there.
What
nice
a catch
by Wills, and he almost thought to pass that, I think, but this is going to be a big loss for the Braves. Wills back into Talawanda territory, and he's going to be pushed back to the 44-yard line.
It was a good catch, but it didn't go for much. See here, a high snap. That was a nice catch there by 81, but the hesitation to throw it allowed the Owls to swarm him and bring him down. Loss of, well, we'll give that a loss of about 16 or what?
Say about that. Third down and 18 for the Braves. Snap by Crank, quick pass. That's complete to Wills. Tries to get up for the second effort. A helmet flies off during the play. Wills tackled down before the 50-yard line there. And that's going to set up a 4th and long for the Braves. What do you say? Go for it, Ben?
I don't know. Down 21-0. It's 4th and 15. That's pretty long, but well, we're gonna have to wait till the 4th quarter before we decide what they want to do here.
Yeah, Braves will have some time to talk it over. What's your overall impression so far at Talawanda? Full quarter football left. They're down 21-0. What do you think?
I would say go for it here, despite the fact that it's 4th and 15. It's a chance you take, and if you convert, maybe you score a touchdown, and then I don't know if you go on sides, but if you don't, you need to stop Mount Healthy, get the ball back, score. Of course, you got to do that 3 times. But the Braves, not only do they have to score, but they got to stop giving up points. They got to get Mount Healthy off the field on offense. You see Mount Healthy's third down conversions. They've really been successful tonight on third downs.
Let's talk about the Owls here so far. Mount Healthy, they've done a good job. A little slow to get started here in the second half. Offensively, they had a lot of third downs, but they were able to convert those. Defensively, what do you think of the Owls so far in the second half?
Well, they have struggled. They did punt on their first drive of the half, and then so they didn't get a 3-and-out in the first possession of the half, but then they got the touchdown. And their defense has really stepped up here in the second half, keeping the Braves off the board. Braves unable to take advantage of the horrible punt, giving them good field position, and then the scuffle, the 15-yard personal foul penalty on the scuffle. The Braves just not able to take advantage. So give credit to Mount Healthy's defense for stepping up here and keeping the Braves off the board. And we're going to get a timeout here by the Owls.
They're going to call one here. We haven't even run a play yet.
In
quarter number 4.
I'm kind of surprised that they're calling a timeout, considering that it's 4th and 15.
Possibly did not like the formation or the plan they had set up. So the Braves will take another rest here. Mount Healthy 2 for 2 in the red zone so far tonight. Talawanda has yet to even reach the red zone so far tonight. In possession time in the first half, Mount Healthy 15 minutes and 23 seconds. to Talawanda is 8 minutes and 37 seconds. So the Owls have really held the ball more, and they've had better chances and more chances to do more stuff with the ball offensively tonight.
Well, yes, and that's what's killed the Braves. Time of possession. You said Mount Healthy has had the ball for 15 minutes. I mean, that's quite a lot of time compared to the Braves having the ball for 8 minutes.
In the first half.
In the first half, absolutely. And then, I don't know what the time of possession is right now, but I'd say in this quarter the Braves have had it longer. But, I mean, time of possession has killed Talawanda tonight. I mean, if you allow a team to have the ball for 15 minutes and not only that, but score 3 touchdowns, I mean, that's just not good. It's just not good. And the Owls have clearly shown that tonight.
And if it gives you any indication, Mount Healthy ran 34 plays in the first half for 125 yards. Talawanda running 25 plays for 29 yards. So it shows you the efficiency of the offenses tonight.
Ouch.
So that means really only a yard per play for the Braves.
Oh,
Here's
boy.
a quick pass. Crank out there, and that
Oh.
went incomplete. Nice play, though. Braves almost pulled it off. As that was Christopher Richardson on that one in the incomplete pass. So it's going to be
And I said that
fourth
this
down.
is, and I said this is a chance you take. He just has a good pass down there, but there are 2 Owls around him. One tipped it, the other attempted to get to it, but could not. And this is a turnover on downs, and the Owls are going to get it in Talawanda territory. So the best starting field position here in the second half for the Owls.
Credit to Jamel Kelly, too, who broke up that pass on the last play. And he's out there in the receiver position right now as the Owls wait for the play. So far, a good game for Jerry's Montgomery in the quarterback position.
I've compared him tonight to Braxton Miller. He has looked like him a lot.
Another run for Montgomery on the keeper. He's run it for 2 touchdowns tonight in the first half. Ran it for a total of 73 yards. Gains about 2 on that run, so it'll be 2nd and 8.
Mount Healthy has really kind of slowed down the run game here in the second half. They've passed the ball more in the second half than they have run the ball here in the second half.
2nd and 9 is the official marking. As this is a run up the middle for Montgomery. Flag came in on that play while the handoff was happening.
It's going to be a holding against the Owls.
See what they call here. Seeing quite a lot of penalties tonight.
Illegal shift, beg your pardon.
Penalties against the Owls.
Illegal shift, offense.
It'll be 2nd down for Mount Healthy.
So that will set up a 2nd down as you look at the last play.
It was a nice run there, but due to the illegal shift, that's what pushed it back to midfield now.
They'll lose 5 on the illegal shift. So that'll set up a 2nd and 12. Ball placed at the 50. Owensby to the left. Montgomery hands it off. Almost getting tackled there was Jamal Kelly in the backfield. Talawanda almost had him for a big loss. Instead, he comes back for a small gain, 1 yard if that. So good play defensively for the Braves. Could have had more, but I think they'll take the result of that one.
Yeah, and the Braves, they've gotten back there to the backfield quite a lot. As you see here, he's in no man's land here. It looks like he's going to get swamped down for a loss, but then you lose the tackle. He sees his hole in front of him, and then he runs it and gets the gain.
Clayton Deathridge there almost made the tackle for Talawanda. Mount Healthy taking their time in quarter number 4, trying to run out this clock. 10-10 to go. There's another keeper for Montgomery. Comes to the outside looking for some room. And gets
boy.
down there, still pushing for yardage. Finally tackled around the 39, it looks like. And this is going to set up a 3rd down and short for Mount Healthy. As it looks like a flag flies in there late, possibly on the far sideline.
This may be, just maybe, a late hit.
That flag came in way after the play happened. I'd say at least 3 seconds afterwards.
We got an injured Brave down there, number 85. You see here, he fakes the handoff, runs to his right, and then, see, he gets all the blocks. He gets a block from his receiver there, and then he just tries to defend tackles, and then they're not going to show it, but right about there, they get the flag down And no, now they're going to pick the flag up and probably say nothing.
Pretty hard to tell. Here's our call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense. Oh, boy.
So that will give 15 free yards to the Owls. Probably something maybe that was said on the sideline that we couldn't pick up, Ben, or
and I mentioned the scuffle earlier in the third quarter. These are not really big rivals, but there's some bad blood between them sometimes, especially in a sport like this.
It is football.
Yep, football is a violent sport.
1st and 10 from the 25.
I think that's 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties we've had tonight, 1 for each side.
Yeah, I believe Mount Healthy got one in the first half as well. Man in motion on the play. It's going to be a handoff. That is Jamal Kelly, who's going to find some room on the inside, trying to dodge through the red jerseys. Finally shoved out of bounds. But they're going to get inside the red zone here.
And this is where the Owls have really executed the Braves. They have just getting into the red zone. They've scored on all their red zone possessions tonight. 3 for 3 in the red zone is Mount Healthy. You see J.D. Vonderheide, he is not happy right now, and he hasn't been all year.
Ball going on the 18-yard line. It's 21-0 Owls, and they're threatening to score again. Time and hope running out for the Braves. As this game progresses, there's a handoff to Owensby. Braves though tie him up. They get a nice tackle there, trying to run him back. Finally hits the ground. So he will come back to the 20-yard line, it looks like, and it's going to set up another 3rd and short, and it's going to be another key defensive play for Talawanda, Ben.
Yeah, you see right here on the last play, he does try to find a hole, but then there's swarms of red jerseys around him. Then he tries to go forward, can't. He only gets about a yard, and 3rd and 1 for the Owls. Braves need a stop and probably just hold them to a field goal, although that might put the game away as well, depending on what happens, of course. And now the Owls are basically just using good clock management because they've taken so long on these plays all game.
Montgomery, another keeper there. He'll push for the first down. So now you've got to start thinking clock management for Talawanda. When do I want to use my timeouts?
Well,
how do they play this defensively? And when they get the ball offensively, what is their strategy?
Well, you got to remember that if the Owls just keep running the clock out, the Braves aren't even going to get a chance to probably even threaten anymore. I mean, if they score a touchdown, the game is probably over, but I mean, that's just the way it is.
See what happens here. Owensby with the run up the middle, breaks free, and the spin move in for the touchdown. And the score is now Mount Healthy 27, Talawanda nothing on the touchdown from Owensby. Every single touchdown tonight has been on the ground for Mount Healthy, and that might put this game to bed.
Exactly, Patrick. And you see he just finds a hole here. The Braves, like they've done all night to this running game, just keep creating holes. Give credit to Mount Healthy's offense. All touchdowns have been on the ground, like you said. Owensbury gets the touchdown here, and this is probably a good night to Talawanda.
And that is on for the PAT, and that is good. 4 for 4 in that category tonight is Jimenez, and you saw there the Mount Healthy marching band making the trip up to Oxford. And they've had a lot to play about tonight with a 28-0 lead for Mount Healthy. 8:19 to go in quarter number 4. So if you're the Braves, you haven't lost this one yet. There's still a lot of stuff that can happen, so this game could flip in a heartbeat. But right now, what do you think the attitude is on the Talawanda sideline? What's the strategy moving forward?
Well, the game's probably over. I mean, there's still a slim chance. I mean, you're down 28-0. That's pretty hard to do with 8 minutes to go. You're right, it's not over, but it's by looks of the score, it definitely looks over. As you see Coach Vonderheide and Zimmerman, but you know, it's just if you're the Braves, it's just hard, you know. You just haven't performed well all year. Same thing tonight. You just gotta shake this off, and you have Edgewood next week. Edgewood's really good. Not sure they can handle them, but maybe they can. Then you have Northwestern. They can score points. Then you have Ross, a much milder game than this game compared to others. But I don't know. You just got to move forward in this one. What I'm basically saying is, if you're the Braves, you just got to shake this one off, like they've done all year.
is on for the kick with a lot of noise. Still a lot of students hanging around for this one. Watching it till the very end is Engelhardt here with a nice run. Another flag on the play. He will be tackled at the 25, barring the penalty. We've had a lot of penalties tonight on special teams.
Yeah, we certainly have. We had one called back. Well, maybe not, but yes, we have had a lot of penalties tonight on kickoffs, on punts, all on special teams tonight, Patrick, and none of them have really gone against either team. See who this is on. This is not a hold. Well, it's a penalty on the Braves. Let's see. Maybe he didn't make the official call yet. Looks like it's on 24. I could read the ref slip. Yep. Holding, offense. Looks like number 24 compared to what his lips said. And there you go.
If it is on 24, the penalty would be on Clayton Deatherage, the sophomore. So the Braves get the ball here. They got 8 minutes and 11 seconds to work with in a 4-possession game. 1st and 10, ball starts at the 15. Frank with a pass to the outside. There's a completion and a good start for the Braves. And that one caught by Kyle Campbell, the sophomore, and Talawanda's going to have to start moving here.
Well,
Braves get right back up. They're going to move this one quickly.
Yep. Even though you're down by 4 touchdowns, it's just to keep momentum in yourself. You got to keep going, and, well, you can't really let the clock run like they've done here. And, as you see the last play there, but, you just can't keep the clock running here.
Crank with another pass to the near side, although that one incomplete, intended again for Campbell, but it will stop the clock at 7:38. Sets up a 3rd and 2 for Talawanda, another critical 3rd down that needs to be picked up by the Braves.
Yeah, the first thing you got to do here, first things first on the to-do list, pick up a 1st down, and then go on from there. Look down your to-do list. The first thing you see, get a 3rd down, and then if that happens, well, then just move on down the list.
So 3rd and 2, Crank with an empty backfield. He's going to move to his near side, gets a pass off. Let's see if this was caught. It is.
Yeah, it's a catch.
They're going to rule the catch. Nice one by Terrell Wills there on the near sideline, and it's going to be more than enough for the 1st down. Heck of a catch there from Terrell Wills, and it keeps the drive alive.
It was a nice catch there, and I said first things first on the to-do list, get a 1st down, and there you go. That's exactly what they did. But unfortunately, if he stayed in bounds, the clock's going to keep going and going, but picks up a 1st down anyway.
Ball beyond the 33. Crank again will roll to the near side, and another completion to Terrell Wills. Braves here going to the pass game, and it's working so far here early on in this drive. Mount Healthy may be caught a little bit off guard on defense.
Well, if you're Mount Healthy, I wouldn't really fall asleep even though you're up 2 touchdowns, or 4 touchdowns.
Crank again. He's going to roll to the far side now, and there's another completion. Let's see how they rule this one out.
Oh, it's going to be incomplete.
There's the target there. Tyler Engelhardt lost control of that one when he hit the ground. Made a nice catch, but just fell out of his hands, so it'll set up a 2nd and 3, or a 3rd and 3 rather.
See right here, it was another low snap, and then he bobbles it. And then right there, I think the ball may have been bobbled a little bit before he went down, but